Okay, I picked this video to talk about because she lists a lot of different methods that are touted as natural ways to induce labor. But I just want to put this out there. If you're putting something into your body or doing something to your body to try to start labor, that is not natural. Especially when we don't have any safety data on some of these things that people on social media try to tell you to do to induce labor. Let's first talk about castor oil. Castor oil is also one of the main components in midwives brew. There are many accounts and social media groups that say that midwives brew has an 85% success rate for induction of labor, but that is simply not true. There are some small studies that have reported that the probability of labor initiation increases during the first 24 hours after using castor oil on subjects after 40 weeks of pregnancy, while other studies show no difference. There may be something to castor oil, but the problem with castor oil are the potential side effects. That includes intestinal spasms, severe diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and dehydration, which can also cause contractions, but not in the good way. There's also some evidence that it causes meconium passage of the fetus in utero, and it can also cause uterine tachysystole, or too many contractions in a row. I absolutely would not recommend that anyone use castor oil, period. Let's talk about dates. There is some data that date fruit consumption could reduce the active phase of labor and possibly improve the Bishop score, but there's no evidence that it shortens the duration of the first, second, or third stages of labor, nor does it decrease the risk of C-section. The problem with the dates are the studies. The studies are of very low quality. There's a lot of bias in the studies. A lot of them have different protocols for how to eat the dates. There's a low number of subjects in these studies, so we really can't draw any conclusions from any of the studies on dates. If you like dates, eat them. If you don't, don't. But don't eat them to induce labor. Pineapple. Pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain, which is thought to soften the cervix or ripen the cervix and potentially bring the onset of labor. But it has side effects, nausea, GI discomfort, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration. So there's limited research on pineapple for induction of labor, and whatever we do have, the results are conflicting or inconclusive, so I wouldn't do it. Exercise. Curb walking, bouncing on a ball, all these other things are thought to help bring the fetal presenting part, the head, into the pelvis. Bringing that fetal head into the pelvis puts more pressure on the cervix, causing labor, cervical ripening, cervical dilation. But again, data is very limited. If you want to exercise, but please be careful. Don't do anything crazy like the curb walking, which can throw you off balance and then you fall and have abdominal trauma. Eating spicy food does not induce labor. What it can cause is GI distress, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and contractions from the dehydration that you have from the diarrhea. Sex. Semen has prostaglandins, which we know that prostaglandins can help ripen the cervix, and the female orgasm can cause uterine contractions. In an otherwise low-risk pregnancy, there's no evidence to support that sex can bring on the onset of labor. If you want to have sex, have sex. If you don't, don't. Red raspberry leaf tea, there's no evidence of harm, there's no evidence of benefit. If you want to drink it, but don't drink it to induce labor. Nipple stimulation or pumping can definitely cause uterine contractions. The problem with that is that it can cause uterine tachysystole, like the castor oil, which is too many contractions, and it can cause potential distress in the fetus, and there's even been some case reports of it causing uterine placental abruption. Nipple stimulation has specific protocols that need to be followed. So if you're going to do nipple stimulation, it should be done under a provider's direction. Have you heard of anything else that can induce labor so that I can check it out?